The 0.40 release of the Cake.Recipe extension for Visual Studio Code again, didn't actually provide any new functionality to the extension, but it did bring with it a fundamental shift in how this extension is written. So it was pointed out to me that within my Visual Studio Code extension, I can actually use a dependency injection container or an inversion of control container that allows me to kind of structure the application in such a way that it's going forward, it should be easier to maintain and easier to test, because there's clear segregation between things like the things that are going on inside a command and where we're bringing in external dependencies, such as writing to the file system or using the messaging infrastructure that works and lives within inside Visual Studio Code. So rather than kind of hard coding directly against all of those endpoints, we can actually use this inversion of control container to make that a little bit easier to set up. So this was pointed out to me by someone who follows my live stream and has been very helpful in a number of the projects that I work on. So that's Admiring Worm on GitHub, or Kim Nordmo. So he created a proof of concept pull request for one of the new extensions that I'm working on, and I decided off the back of that to go back and implement this in the Cake.Recipe extension for Visual Studio Code. So again, nothing's changed in terms of what the extension itself does. It's just that we're making use now of this inversion of control container just to hopefully, like I say, make the code base a little bit more maintainable. So we'll see that in action if we go over to just have a quick look at the code. So in here now, rather than have what was a single extension.ts file that contained all of the code, now we've got it segregated out into individual commands. And within one of these commands, we're actually injecting the things that we're making use of. So here, for example, I've got this thing I'm calling a message service for handling when an information message is placed on the screen, or when I'm asking for input from the user by the input box. And the other one is the file system service. So then, again, rather than writing directly to the file system, there's an abstraction now with this dependency injection container so that I can write to that interface rather than to the file system directly. So again, from a testing perspective, it makes it that bit easier to do those things going forward rather than hard coding against it. So that's it. Like I say, no change in functionality, so hopefully it'll all still be working the way you expect it to. If you do notice any problems as a result of this change, feel free to get in touch. Thank you very much.